How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. It seems like we're being messed with. We saw something in crypto yesterday that we've never seen. We saw outflows from the ETF, significant outflows, and yet Bitcoin rallied a lot, 10%. I want to talk about that here today, what could be happening, and some of the other stuff that's happening in the market as well. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this as soon as I make them. Also, something very exciting, I haven't even mentioned this in the past. I haven't given any clue that we were doing this, but one company I work with, one company that I really like and use is CoinW. You can trade cryptocurrencies there, and we just made a deal with them. They're going to give a free trading group to us. HGA is the ad agency that I own with a few other people, and they're doing this group so you can get trading chart setups, you can get trading signals, you can get trading live streams, insights from the traders and from people over at our agency. And all you have to do is sign up with the link underneath the video. There's another link right underneath it that brings you to Telegram. And then they're just going to verify your CoinW UID, which is your user identification number. Completely fine to give that to them. And then they'll let you in the group, which is really cool because if let's say you're a new trader and you want a lot of information on trading and different strategies, you can get that there. I'm not sitting at the charts all day either. Like, I'm making videos, I'm working on businesses. I can't be there every single day to look at every single chart. But if you're there when I'm not there, you can still get information from this trading group, which is awesome. So if you want to check this out, there's a link underneath the video. You can always check it out too. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do the trades. But maybe you find someone in there that you really like, you like their strategy, you can move on from there and you can start trading with their help or with their guidance a bit. Just to be clear, I'm never going to reach out to you though. I'm never going to reach out and ask you to send me funds or anything like that. There are scammers. No, you're just joining a trading group and you don't have to give out the keys or the password to your account or anything like that. Just be careful out there. There are scammers, but this is really exciting. Okay, sorry, one last thing. I just wanted to show you how cool this group is. This is the Pro Traders Charts group, and it literally goes through multiple times a day, like depending on what's happening in the market, maybe every 12 hours, maybe every couple hours. Talks about what's happening, what we can look for, short squeeze. We need confirmation, but looks like we will resume the bull market. The dip gave lots of entries on altcoins as well. It shows all different kinds of charts, and yeah, this is awesome. Like, this is a lot of good information. This is similar to what I give in the Patreon, but they're doing it a lot more. They're posting more. They're giving specific support levels, resistance levels, suggestions as to what you can be looking at. There's also going to be a link down there to Margex as well. Margex is one of the other platforms I really like to use. You can check out that link and start trading. Neither of these have any KYC, which is really nice because you don't have to give out all your personal information. Last thing, HGAaccess is a Patreon that I started with a few other people. We also give some indication as to what we're buying, what we're seeing in the market. You can join the free version if you want. We don't usually talk about it because you don't usually get anything, but now we're talking about adding some stuff to this, maybe giving a couple free alpha posts in there. So definitely check that out underneath the video as well. Now, Bitcoin has rallied. Bitcoin's back, as some people would say. Bitcoin's at 67,300. It hit 68,000 yesterday. Ethereum's up 6%, which is interesting after it came out that the SEC is like probing the Ethereum Foundation. Solana's up 9%. A lot of altcoins are significantly up. Dogecoin up 13. Shiba Inu up 6. Like, the market bounced pretty hard yesterday. And we're not at where we were like a week and a half ago yet. But this is still pretty surprising because we got some weird numbers last night. The US Bitcoin ETFs posted their third consecutive negative day. However, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin was plus 11% for the day. So we actually had about $263 million coming out of all the Bitcoin ETFs combined. Now, it was really Blackrock again. Blackrock had significant outflows, but the other ETFs didn't have really significant inflows comparatively. They say even with the ETFs being net sellers, Bitcoin did this. Bitcoin daily buying and selling by the Bitcoin ETF. So you can see here, BlackRock bought about 745 Bitcoin Fidelity bought 199. Invesco actually had an outflow of 157, and then Grayscale sold another 6,000 Bitcoin. So was that 400? About 370 million Bitcoin maybe. Yeah, so they were a huge net seller, and all the other ETFs helped out, but we still had a net outflow that was pretty significant, 4,000 Bitcoin. Now, at the same time, we rallied, which is something that we haven't seen before. We have not seen Bitcoin go up really when we've had net outflows. We consistently see on net inflow days, we typically move up. On net outflow days, we fall down. Because they're such a big buyer and seller, right? They're the ones moving the majority of the market, because who else can buy $400-500 million worth of Bitcoin every single day? Now, what does this tell us? It tells us that there is some other entity that's buying a significant amount. For every seller, there's a buyer. But if there aren't a lot of sellers at the current price, well, the buyers have to pay a little bit more. They go through all the people they're buying or they're selling at market, right? And then they move up to the next limit. They buy at 62,500. Then they buy the next limit, 63,000, 64, 65, 66. And all of a sudden we have a 10% move in a day. And we still have a lot of selling from the ETF. So this 10% move tells me that someone bought probably over $500 million worth of Bitcoin, probably significantly more than that, because of the fact that we've seen Blackrock, we've seen Fidelity buy $400-500 million worth of Bitcoin, and they still did not push up Bitcoin by $5,000. So either the sellers dried up besides the ETFs, or someone just came in and bought a crap ton of Bitcoin, even though there were sellers there. So this is quite interesting. And I know some people were getting out of Bitcoin. Some people were freaked out that we're falling down. Some people were like, hey, I'm not going to sell it now. We were just at 74. I'm definitely not going to sell it at 62, 63, but maybe I'll sell it back when we get to 70, 74 again. So we might see some resistance there. But this is pretty bullish. Of course, we can always fall back down. If we look just at the chart here, let's zoom out a little bit. So we still have come down a decent amount, but this is flipping more bullish. If we can obviously reclaim the $60,000, $68,000, $69,000 mark and flip that into support, that'll be really bullish. Now, again, we don't know who's buying all of this Bitcoin to make up for the fact that we had some outflows from the ETFs. We don't know who that is, but someone's buying a significant amount, or a lot of people are buying a significant amount. So it is nice to see that there can be some divergence away from the ETF inflows and outflows. Now, the question is, are they going to keep on selling? No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to continue to get net outflow days. I think this is still the best performing asset. And maybe just because the market was down a little bit the last few days, some people didn't want to buy as much. There are a lot of people that buy through financial advisors, but there are also a lot of people that buy for themselves. Like I buy some of these ETFs as well. Some of the Bitcoin that I held, I sold to put into these ETFs, just so that way, if there's some day where Coinbase goes down and Crypto.com goes down, all the exchanges go down, I would assume that Fidelity and Blackrock will still be trading, right? So I can have some liquidity there. I can also put in retirement accounts, that kind of thing. So that's why I did that. I know there's some other people that do that as well. So maybe some people are just waiting for a better entry. We will get right back to net inflows in my mind. And yeah, these have been some huge selling days for GBTC as well, which has not helped. Now the general market looks pretty good. I mean, if we look at the pre-market here, the Nasdaq's up 1%. We were up 1.25% yesterday on the back of Jerome Powell speaking pretty dovishly, saying that they were still going to cut 3 times, that they're going to stop the quantitative tightening at some point, or slow it down at least. Now, other banks are doing all different kinds of things. Like Swiss National Bank cuts interest rates by 25%, or 25 basis points to 1.5. First rate cut is here. Bank of Japan did the opposite. They raised interest rates for the first time in 17 years. So it seems like some central banks are diverging. I also saw some information that Argentina was shutting down that they boarded up their central bank, which I did some more research and that wasn't true, but it was going around on Twitter. So it's just weird. It's a weird time. It's a weird week. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I think we're going to have to get some more information as time goes on. Just we'll get more data as to what happens with the market as inflows come in or outflows come in or go out from the ETFs. Obviously, this is a very new thing. Like, we have T+1, but sometimes the buying happens the day of, and then it's settled the next day. It's weird, right? This is something that we have not seen in crypto before. So it's going to take some time for us to really get the models down and be like, okay, BlackRock bought this amount. This should push up the market this much because GPT sold this amount. It's not perfect yet. This is only 60 days old. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, check out the CoinW group. Like, this is going to be awesome. A lot of people are going to love this. This could really help you out as well. So definitely check that out underneath the video. Again, there's going to be the link to CoinW. You can sign up there. You can get some deposit bonuses and stuff. And then right underneath it is a Telegram link to bring you to Telegram, where they will verify you with your UID. And then you can get in this free trading group. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.